Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Artist Series. And what is the Artist Series? Very simple. I have taken every single artist of Project 2020, all 20, and taken their first 10 cards and broken them down in rank order 10, 9, 8, all the way to number 1. So we're going to break down every single artist in a video. And up today in part number 1 or episode number 1, we are going to go through Ermsy. Let's get to him, let's get to his print runs and his cards here in 1 second. Welcome back to my channel, which is the home of all of your Project 2020 news here on YouTube. My name is Chris, otherwise known as @CRT_Sportscards on Twitter and Instagram. And if you want the best resource, the best website for all of your Project 2020 news and notes, go to my website, CRTSportscards.com. But let's talk about Ermsy. This show is all about Ermsy. This is all about his cards. But before we talk about Ermsy, I do have a request. If you want to potentially have your rank list included in a video of an artist I have not talked about yet, send me your list either on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or email me at chris@CRTSportscards.com. I love to include others' opinions in these videos, and if you want to have your list included, please send me your list. But now, let's dive into Ermsy and let's talk about his 10 cards and then put them in rank order from 10 to 1. So here we are. Here is Ermsy's library to this moment in Project 2020. His first card was Mike Trout. Second card, Ichiro. So 2 big name players off the board for Ermsy. Then Dwight Gooden, Ted Williams, Bob Gibson, Derek Jeter, George Brett, Sandy Koufax, and most recently we've seen him with Tony Gwynn and then Ricky Henderson. When you look at his print runs, you can see them go up and you can see them kind of come down a little bit. His very first card was Mike Trout, the honor of having Trout first, 2,911. Second card, Ichiro, 1972. Gooden, 1864. Then you see it start to spike. Ted Williams, just under 5,000. Then you got Gibson, just under 15,000. And then he spikes with the Jeter, 24,908. And then, of course, after the bubble now, we have seen his print runs come down a little bit, but they have not come down as others have come down. George Brett, 7757. Koufax, 6,300. Tony Gwynn, 5,500. And then most recently, Ricky Henderson at a very healthy number, 6,650. So if you were adding up at home, his print run total in his first 10 cards is 81,996. So just 4 cards short of selling 82,000 cards in the first half of Project 2020. But along with these cards, he has also released 2 companion cards, and his numbering is a little bit off, so maybe he's going to go back and add companion cards, or maybe he never will, and it's just going to be 4 and 5. But his first companion card was companion card number 4, Ted Williams, and his second one was companion card number 5, the pink Bob Gibson. I personally own the number 4 one, but I don't at the moment plan to pick up any more. But maybe if he does a Jackie Robinson one, I will definitely go back and pick it up. But now let's get to the rankings. Let's rank his cards from 10 all the way to number 1. So alongside me today when it comes to rankings will be Eric B. And thank you, Eric, for sending in your list. He actually sent me a list for every artist. So if I don't get a list from someone else on a couple other artists, I might just use his list. So thank you, Eric, for sending these in. And I'll be very honest, when I rank cards 7 through 10, these are not bottom ugly cards. These are just sort of what I think, visually speaking, what I think are maybe the bottom cards. I can't draw a stick figure at all, so I am not critiquing anybody's work. All of these cards, no matter if I like them or not, are far superior than anything I could ever create as an artist myself. So when you take a look at cards 7 through 10, we actually have the exact same 4 cards, just in sort of a different order in a sense. Tony Gwynn, Derek Jeter, Sandy Koufax, and that Bob Gibson. So it was interesting to see his list mirror mine to a certain degree. Some of the spots going forward are going to match, some of them are not going to match, but in the bottom 4 of the 10, they match basically 1 for 1. But now let's get to card number 6. Coming in at number 6 on my list is his most recent release of his first 10, the Ricky Henderson, and then for Eric B, he has that Dwight Gooden. Coming in 5th here, which I thought was very interesting, both of us have Ichiro in that 5th spot. The Ichiro is a great card. I mean, it's his 2nd card release overall, but he has some fantastic cards overall. But this is the first time that him and I match up on our list of Ermsy cards. Number 4 for me is the George Brett. I just really think this card is just really, really cool. It's really neat. The pink really stands out. And then on Eric B, he has the Ricky Henderson, which I had number 6. So a difference here of opinion, but for me, George Brett here in the 4th spot. But where are we at with the top 3 for Ermsy at the moment? Hopefully you're liking the countdown so far, and if you are and you want to make sure you don't miss any of my other 19 videos in the series, please hit that subscribe button below so you're notified when I post up this video series or my regular 2-part weekly series around Project 2020. Coming in number 3 for me is the Dwight Gooden. I just really, really like this card visually. I like the clouds around the head. I think it's a great card overall. And then Eric B has that George Brett. So here again, a little bit of a flip-flop. Coming in number 2, no surprise for me, but it was really surprising to see Eric B have the same second card. It is the Ted Williams. And when you just think of the yellow, the companion card, I think this is just a fantastic card. It stands out in the set, but it doesn't beat his number 1 card. And here again, we both have the same number 1 card. I didn't ask Eric why he has it number 1, but I have it for number 1 for a simple reason. The Mike Trout is number 1 because this is the first card I remember. As you guys remember, for me, I didn't really jump into the set full time until card number 61, that right around that week. But that was the first card that I saw, a month or 2 before that really stood out to me as different. I don't remember ever seeing number 1 or number 2 or 5 or 6. I mean, I really like the Natural Jackie Robinson, but I have no recollection of seeing it, when it was released. But when this Mike Trout by Ermsy was released, I remember that card. And that is why, for me, it is number 1 on my list for Ermsy. So although Mike Trout right now is number 1 on my list, I'm very curious to see if Mike Trout ends up being number 1 as we move through the back half of Ermsy's collection. He already is at 11 cards. His Roberto Clemente was card 197, so he has just 9 cards left to go in the set. So we will see how this list looks in the end of the year, or actually into Project 2020, when I do this second part of this video series in 2021. Hopefully you liked the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. But I'm also very, very curious, what are your top 10 Ermsy cards at the moment? Leave a comment below to let me know what your favorite 10 cards are. And if you want more news and notes from me around Project 2020, check out that playlist on the screen right now.